Alright. Welcome back to Ultra Review, episode number 9. We're discussing episodes 4 through 7 of Ultraman. Oh yeah, with these episodes, I am 13 episodes away on my break. I'm going to do the series. Yep. A break. 20 seems like a place to do a break point, basically, because I was like halfway through it. Now, why did I do it with Ultra Q? Because it's only 28 episodes. This one's only 39, so I figured, though, why not make a stop at episode 20? So in these 4 episodes in particular, Ultraman is fighting, basically, of course, various different monsters. In the case of the very first episode, you have, get this, Ultraman, the main monstrous one, is a monster that Ultraman suit actor Ben Ferrara wore the suit in the last series. As a matter of fact, his appearance on that series is referenced in this very episode. Yeah, the fact he likes music goes on Rampage, and the fact you have basically Ben just beat the crap out of a suit that he wore in the last series, which I believe was the second suit he wore because it was actually episode 20 of Ultra Q. Yeah, Ultra Q. Yes, and it's the first ever returning monster, though this one's giant size due to radiation. I thought this episode was a lot of fun. Yep. Now, in the case of the very next episode, by the way, these episodes are 5 seconds for explosion, the secret of Maragana, the Coast Guard Command, and the Blue Star of Brada. Yep. And the case of basically for episode number, let's see, for the secret of Melodana, this one, okay, this is a weird one mostly, where it starts out a bit of a murder mystery, where it seems like this opening is pulled from Kamen Rider, though this is like a decade before. This is basically about, so we're still only 5 years away from Kamen Rider, yet this is a Kamen Rider pull like a lot of its early episodes. We have this monster, human-sized monster, where basically you see it devour a guy driving his car. Turns out this guy is a reporter, and devours a scientist, and it keeps killing people except for this female reporter, female photographer. And there's also this flower they brought home from this island they went to. Yeah, it turns out that the reason why this creature, which is known as the Green Dons, which is they refer to as an insect plant, which eats people for some reason. Now, the reason why they're after them, because they drank its water. No, seriously, there's something in that water. There was a particular element in that water that basically for its substance, and these humans drank it. That's why this thing's killing them. Eventually, it's destroyed by Ultraman. Basically, Ultraman destroys his first plant in the series. I thought it was a really interesting idea. It felt like something you definitely see from Kamen Rider. But maybe the writer of this episode probably wrote Kamen Rider. Who knows? But this was definitely a really interesting episode. By the way, the plan itself, the plan they took, it disappeared, never mentioned again. In the case of episode number 6, this is basically Ultraman versus a creature known as the Gusara. Yeah, it's actually, I think it's the first aquatic creature. It's a weird one mostly. Yeah. Where, get this, it actually was brought back later in a different series. Yeah, this thing, apparently I think it loves chocolate. So there's also a subplot involving diamond smugglers, which of course basically the kids get involved with. Yes, so they get captured because, well, one of them saw a monster, of course, it's a very odd episode mostly in the case of the next one. Well, he does be the monster. Now, in the case of the next one, where he basically fights off against a giant rhinoceros beetle. No, seriously, we have a rhinoceros beetle called the antler. Yes, that's what they call this damn thing. It looks like a giant rhinoceros beetle. Yeah, that's what it looks like. It looks like a rhinoceros beetle. They say it's an antlion, but it looks like also it's a, get this, its roar is, get this, the speed up roar of I kid you not, of Rodan. And you're thinking, really, Rodan? Well, the guy working who basically was the creator of the series worked on Godzilla, so yes, everybody ever used stuff he made previously used. So there's also a subplot. There's also a subplot in this episode where apparently Ultraman visited this town. By the way, for Jar, she's in briefly the beginning, and basically it's a standard thing in the '60s. Oh, she has to stay home, but she back at the front lines because she's the communications officer. Can't go in the field. This matter of fact, she was in the field just last episode. It's almost like this episode was written by a sexist, kind of, anyways. Yeah, and so we have all the five guys. They fly at one of the jets, and they crash. And Ida gets injured. I think it's like the second time he gets injured in these episodes. The last time he got injured, he injured his jaw, and he got injured again. This time he injured his head. So they treat it by bandaging it up. Was he bleeding? They don't say he was bleeding, but it could be he was bleeding. So he gets fixed in the radio, which is broken. So then, of course, the ship was destroyed by the Antler, aka the Rhinoceros beetle. So they have in this town, they find out that Ultraman basically is the god of Noah, which is interesting. In fact, there's a blue stone, and eventually they use blue stone to defeat the Antler, which is interesting to say the least. And it's something that this monster was the first one not defeated by Ultraman. This is defeated by a rock. Yes, throw a freaking rock. Yeah, this also was credited to be the first monster that the Special Science Patrol, well, the SSP, this is the first monster they defeated, not Ultraman, which is different. But this definitely was a good set of episodes, and I can't wait to discuss the rest. At this point, I have 32 more episodes left to go for the whole series, and that's it. But before I break, about 13 more. Okay, so that's episode. Next, I'm going to do one comic corner, and then I'm going to go ahead and do Mushoku Tensei. Okay, next video. Bye.